The Nuggets got a W against the Clippers in Game 1 of the NBA playoffs. Can the Clippers even the score, or can the Nuggets pull ahead 2-0 in the series? Let's find out. You're watching CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. Let's get it. How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler, here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Game 2 of the NBA playoffs was tonight with Nuggets versus Clippers. Already, the Nuggets took away the first win, and so obviously we were expecting a much heated bout between the two of them, and it was nothing but short of that. It was very heated. And of course, the Clippers were going to demand a win, and the Nuggets needed to fight back with the same amount of energy, if not more, to be able to maintain a win. And this was a very up and down game. And I feel like now I understand why so many people put this series at a 7-game series, because it is definitely feeling like it will be. If it continues on this path. So what happened? So Game 2, starting lineup for the Nuggets: Jokić, AG, Jamal Murray, CB, and Michael Porter Jr., the original starting five. Nuggets were in their navy blue jerseys. The Clippers were in their red jerseys once again. And the Clippers got the damn win. Come on, Nuggets. Hi. Clippers won 105-102. So close. But you can see both games, Game 1 and Game 2, were super close. Super close. We won by 2. They won by 3. There's a lot more other stats that we'll go into that is very close here. But this time around, no overtime. And it should have gone into overtime this time around. Like, we shouldn't have relied on the just thinking that we're going to win the game. They definitely slacked off a little bit here. So what happened? Let's dive in. The first quarter, the Nuggets do win the tip, and Jokić misses a 3 right off the bat. Zubac gets a hook for the first points of the game. Man, Zubac now twice in both games has gotten the first points of the game. Zubac has been on a terror. He has like some kind of mission to show that he is better than Jokić. Maybe he has some kind of issue with Jokić or something. I don't know, but he definitely has, like, maybe the fact that Jokić is the better European out of him, the two of them, and he takes that kind of personally. I don't know, but he has a personal score against Jokić, and you could definitely see it this entire game. Jokić then sinks a 3 to get the Nuggets on the board, but then Kawhi gets a bucket to give the Clippers the lead again. Nuggets defense still not good, but the offense is cooking as AG knocks a 3 down to give the Nuggets a 4-point lead. And then Jamal Murray shows elite defense by stopping Norman Powell on a fast break and manages to tie him up for a jump ball. Denver immediately takes a timeout, and the first of the game, actually. Clippers then win the tip, and Kawhi draws the foul plus the bucket. Like, that was already kind of the trend of this. Like, the Nuggets get baited so many, and it's not just the Clippers. The Nuggets get baited by those kind of fouls by just about every single team this season. They've gotten baited by this shit. So then AG gets a rebound off a failed layup attempt from Harden and flings it down court to Jokić, who jams it down and gets the foul, forcing Clippers to take a timeout then. Brodie then checks in late in the quarter and cleans up a missed CB layup. Jokić gets a steal on Harden, kicks it to P. Watt, who kicks it to Pickett for a 3 and gives Nuggets a 9-point lead. And however, they would battle back a little bit, and eventually the Nuggets would still win the first quarter 31-25. Second quarter, the Nuggets in those non-Jokić minutes. They go with a lineup of Murray, Piwatt, DJ, Pickett, and MPJ as the Clippers start the quarter off with a Zubac tip-in. Kawhi then turns the ball over off his foot. Nuggets turn the ball over twice, and the Clippers capitalize on it, chipping the lead down to 2. And then Jones gets a steal and a fast break layup to tie the game. Murray sinks a 3 to get the lead back to 6 again, and Batum answers with a 3 to cut it back to 3. Jokić checks back in at the 7:19 mark, along with AG. Brodie knocks down a 3 off an assist from Jokić, and then Clippers go on a 7-0 run to get the lead by 1. This is kind of where the game starts to go downhill for the Nuggets. We were starting off. I would say the Nuggets had a great first quarter, and we were going up so fast that then eventually we reached our peak, and then we started plummeting, and we were just trying to stay afloat. And this is exactly where it happened, is after the 7-0 run and them getting the lead, because then after that, the lead would never balloon anywhere. Like, the Nuggets had the largest lead of the game at 9, and that would never happen again to either team, because it would be close from here on out. Harden then flops on a 3 to make the Clippers first to 50, and there is no call, fortunately. But man, that is one of the most frustrating things about Harden. He constantly flops. I don't know now a single player who flops more than James Harden does. I don't know if maybe he trips on his beard and doesn't think to stop flopping or to act better, but man, he is constantly flopping all the time. Like, he flops more than he actually plays basketball. And that's like, I don't consider flopping part of the game. I know that a lot of players have integrated it into the game, but come on now. You wouldn't get the same kind of stuff in the earlier days of basketball. Like, yes, you know the game to know when to get fouled and everything, but like, this is just crazy how often he flops. Jokić responds with a 3 to tie the game, and then Kawhi Leonard, who had an amazing game. I will give him his flowers for this game. He had an amazing game. I think he had like 32 points, 39 points, something like that. Kawhi Leonard gets off a buzzer beater 3 to give the Clippers the lead going into the half of 55-52. And the Clippers actually win the second 30-21, a near 10-point margin to win that quarter. Third quarter, the Clippers start the quarter off with a miss rebound. Jokić, who alley-oops it to AG for the first points of the quarter. AG then bullies his way to the rim to give the Nuggets the lead by 1. Murray and Powell. This was a very interesting part of the game here. So Murray gets body checked by Powell, doesn't like it, and as he's trying to stay guarding him, does a common foul to Norman Powell, and he holds him, okay? So many people are going off right now that Murray's dirty or whatever. It's not a dirty play. That is exactly a common foul. It's fine. It's normal. There's so much worse fouls out there, and especially fouls that have never been called, and yet he's holding him. It's fine, but he doesn't like it, and Chris Dunn doesn't like it. So Chris Dunn comes over and pushes Murray, and he also pushes Christian Brown, who came to Murray's aid after Norman Powell shoved Murray. And so Christian Brown was doing exactly what he should have been doing. But Norman Powell and Chris Dunn both were classless and ridiculous in their responses. They would review the play, and Murray does get called for the foul, but it's a common foul, like it should be. And then they tee up Christian Brown, which I don't agree with, because Christian Brown barely did anything except for try to be there for Murray. as one teammate should be there for his other teammate. And then they tee up Chris Dunn, which was deserved, and Norman Powell, which was deserved. And so then it sends Jamal to the free throw line to shoot one free throw, which he makes. And then the Clippers get the ball back because of the common foul. This is like, it is exactly what it sounds like. And it doesn't need to be made more, but there's a lot of people now saying that Jamal's dirty, or that it was ridiculous that he shot a tech, whatever. Those people clearly are crying, and they're frustrated with their team not playing better. But that was things have gotten so much worse and so much like before. Like, that is nothing. If you think that's something, you're soft. That's all I have to say, is you're soft if you think that that's anything more than just a common foul. Like, stop it. Nuggets, though, managed to battle back and win the third 24-23, so only by 1 point. So they were down by 3 going into the third. Now they're down by 2 going into the fourth. And you would think that going into the fourth at this point, they would opt for the non-Jokić minutes to give him rest. But however, this is the playoffs we're talking about here, and you're going to have a couple of days off before the next game. So they decide to actually play Jokić, and he will actually play the entire fourth quarter. And he looked extremely tired. You could tell he was tired. He was profusely sweating. I mean, give him credit. If you like him or not, you gotta give Jokić credit. He plays his heart out. He is willing to battle through any of the battle scars that he has right now. His back's hurting, his knees are hurting, his elbows are hurting, like everything in his body is hurting, and yet he is still playing, and he is still crushing the other team, whether that's the Clippers or the Timberwolves or whoever. Like, he is still crushing them, battled, hurt, and bruised, and fatigued. He is still battling through all of that, so give him credit. He stays in. And then they have P-Watt start the fourth instead of MPJ, as Jokić sinks a 3 to give the Nuggets a 1-point lead and the first points of the quarter. Kawhi then carries the Clippers to a 6-point lead. Brodie then hits a huge 3 to cut it to 3, and then he hits another 3 to tie the game. Crazy and sloppy rebounding and passing then leads to a volleyball spike from Jokić to MPJ, who later on checks in, and then he knocks down a 3 to tie the game once again, and then gives Jokić a triple-double, his 19th playoff triple-double. He is now third in the league history for most triple-doubles in playoffs. Then there step back from Kawhi to give the Clippers the first to 100. Now, let me back up here a little bit. It was tied, and the Nuggets actually had a 1-point lead, I believe. They were 97, I believe it was 97-96. And then the Nuggets got a rebound. No, actually, sorry. They were down 1 at this point. So they were 97-98. Actually, there was before that, they were actually 97-96. And they had an opportunity to get first to 100, and they blew it. And then, of course, James Harden does his famous floater that apparently is unstoppable, even though he is a short little guy going against Jokić, and Jokić could just put his arms up and block the shot, but Jokić didn't because he was so tired. So he gets the Clippers ahead by 1, and then the Nuggets had an opportunity to then actually still get first to 100, and they turned the ball over again, leading to the step back from Kawhi to give the Clippers first to 100. However, then after that, Murray sinks a 3 to tie the game at 100. And then the game literally ends so poorly. In the last minute, the Nuggets defense just stopped. It just stopped. For some reason. I don't know why. But they were not even attempting to try to stop the Clippers from making shots. And so Kawhi actually turned the ball over again for the Clippers, and he got another bucket, and they would go up to 105. And then the Nuggets had a chance within like 16 seconds or so, or it was 11 seconds, something like that. And they missed the shot. They got the rebound. Jokić tries to put it up again, and they missed the shot once again. But before they even got that opportunity, they weren't fouling. They weren't even giving pressure to the Clippers to make sure that they didn't get up to 105. Because if I remember correctly, it was 102, 103 or something like that. And then James Harden or Kawhi Leonard, I forget who, got them to 105, gets a easy bucket, and they didn't even try. I don't know what happened with the Nuggets, but it didn't feel like they tried at all, especially in the last 30 seconds. Like, we were just watching them just standing there as the clock was winding down. I was like, what are you doing? Where is the urgency here? There was zero urgency in that last 30 seconds. So once again, the game ends poorly, and the Nuggets lose a chance to tie the game. Clippers win the fourth, 27-26, and the Clippers win the game, tie the series at 1 apiece, 105-102. Now heading over to LA with a tied series. So not the best way to end today, and especially the homestand. And then also, to make things worse, the Avs also lost their game in overtime to the Dallas Stars, so that series is also tied 1 apiece. Colorado had, of course, we had a great day of 2 wins for both teams, and now we have a horrible day of losses in the clutch, with now going down 1 apiece. So, plus also the Knicks lost today, so it's just a sucky day for a Nuggets Knicks fan like me. So, but stats here. Let's get into stats real quick. So, as I was telling you before, that there's a lot of similarities between what happened last game and this game, except for the fact that this game did not go into overtime, even though we had many chances to actually win the game or send it into overtime, and we failed at both of those. So let me start first with the individual stats here. Michael Porter Jr. played 33 minutes tonight. He had a double-double, so he did play better than last game, but he had 15 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He was 6 for 11 from field, 2 for 4 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throws. He had 3 turnovers, 0 personal fouls. He was a -4. And there was actually one part at the end there where he actually got the rebound, but then he lost the ball, and that was what led to Kawhi getting a big bucket there. So it was one of the worst turnovers at the worst time, and that was from MPJ. Not great, but he also apparently really hurt his shoulder. We don't know if he's going to be playing in the next game. He might be out. It just is starting to look really poorer and poorer for the Nuggets right now. The slope to winning is getting steeper and steeper. So Aaron Gordon, who went into this game questionable for his calf strain, and this was a very intense game, like I had said already. So I'm sure that put a lot of strain on his calf more. So he played 38 minutes tonight. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. He was 5 for 13 from field, 1 for 3 from 3. He had 3 free throws. He was him and Murray were the only ones that had 100%. But Murray only shot 1, and that was that 1 tech. So Gordon at least did make all of his free throws, and he had 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls. He was a -1. And then we go to Jokić, who did not have a great game, but even so, he still had a triple-double. Like, in his worst games, he gets triple-doubles. That is crazy. But he played 43 minutes. He played the most amount of minutes out of any Nugget tonight. Second was Murray. But he had 26 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists. He had 3 steals. 8 for 16 from field, 4 for 8 from 3 points. He had 6 for 10 free throws. So he went to the free throw line 10 times, and he missed 4 free throws. At one point, he missed both free throws back to back. Like, that's not typical Jokić. So you could tell he was very tired right now. He had also 7 turnovers. So I'm just going to jump real quick to the amount of turnovers for the Nuggets as a team was 20. And out of those 20 turnovers, Jokić had 7 of them. Nearly half of the turnovers were from Jokić. So if you clean those up, I feel like the Nuggets have a better chance at winning this game. But Jokić at 1, like he needs to get all the rest he can in these next 2 games, make sure that he's ready to go, and not turn the ball over again. You know, that was ridiculous to have 7 turnovers. Some of them, like there was one assist that he was trying to send to P-Watt, but he sent it clearly over his head, way too hard, and it went right into the stands. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do there, but there were several times that were like there was just bad turnovers from Jokić. 2 personal fouls, and he was a 0. But again, he had a triple-double. Like, it's just crazy that he can be like average over for the most part and still be better than average. like I said, his worst games are normal players' best games. Christian Braun played 34 minutes, and he did not have a good game at all tonight. He made a couple of good plays, but I actually don't know why he played 34 minutes, because he was not giving the best production on the court tonight. He had 5 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He was 2 for 7 from field, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throws. He had 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls. He was a -3. And then Jamal Murray, who I said before, had the second most played minutes of the Nuggets with 42. He had 23 points, so he had a good night tonight. 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 9 for 17 from field, 4 for 8 from 3, 1 for 1 from free throw, 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a +5. And it's also good to note here, very crucial to note, that he was sick tonight. He was really, really sick tonight, apparently, and he still played. He had this weird, like long sleeve shirt underneath his jersey. It was very uncharacteristic of Murray, but he had this jersey or the jersey over this kind of a little baggy long sleeve. But he still had the second most points out of the Nuggets. And so then bench wise, again, not very great bench production wise. Westbrook did have 14 points off the bench with 23 minutes played, 1 assist, 1 steal, 5 for 11 from field, 3 for 6 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throws. He had 2 turnovers, 1 personal foul. He was a -11, but I'm not even mad at Russ tonight. He still had a good amount of productive minutes where he needed it to be. I mean, to sink those 3 threes, especially 2 of them where it counted, like he tied the game at points. So, it's definitely the others. Peyton Watson needed to be better. Pickett needed to be better. DJ, I mean, he got points. He got minutes tonight, and yet he looked so lost on the court tonight. He got bullied by Zubac. I don't know what he's doing if he's getting bullied by Zubac. Like, come on, dude, you are bigger than Zubac. You can overpower him for the rebound, and he didn't. So, overall stats here, we had 50 rebounds. They had 32. So we even out rebounded them, and yet still, didn't capitalize on those rebounds. We had 23 assists. They had 24. We had 8 steals. They had 13 steals. 1 block. They had 5. We shot 46% from field. They shot 48%. We shot 43% from 3. They shot 38%. We shot 63% from free throws. They shot 83%. We had 20 turnovers again. They had 11. So, like I said before, similarities, right? Last game, the Clippers were the ones with 20 turnovers. This time around, we were the ones with 20 turnovers. We had 14 personal fouls. They had 19. So this was definitely 100% the Nuggets game to lose. They should have, or to win, rather. They should have won this game. There is no doubt that this was their game to win. They had this in the bank, and yet they gave it up with the sloppy turnovers, the missed free throws, and the poor defense at the worst times. So, big takeaways here. This was a reverse game, like I said. This was a reverse game of game one. And now Nuggets were the ones with 20 turnovers. This was definitely the Nuggets game to win, and they choked when it was the most important. If the Nuggets want to win, they have to clean up these turnovers and up the defense. The Clippers shouldn't have been allowed to do what they did this entire game. I know Kawhi is an amazing player, but to allow him 39 points is just showing how not locked in the squad is right now. If they can clean these things up and lock the defense in, then they won't have to rely on the clutch so much, you know? The way that both of these teams, though, have played rather on these last two games is exactly why most people don't have either of them going to the Western Conference Finals. Both are good teams, but still have a lot to say or a lot of sloppy areas that the winning teams aren't making. OKC is not allowing 20 turnovers. Neither are the Celtics or the Cavs. And free throws were a huge issue in this game. 14 for 22 is not good. 63% in the playoffs is worrisome. Nuggets got to be better, and they've got to play better. That's just the basic facts. So now we are tied, one apiece. We have home court advantage. This was the chance to maintain home court advantage, and now we've lost it, essentially. I mean, the series is still tied, and there are still 5 games left. So if you look at it in that aspect, we still have home court advantage, but it's not looking great. So we need to win one on the road, at least one on the road, to pull ahead and maintain a good advantage over the Clippers. But I understand now why it's going to be a 7-game series, because it was super intense. Like I said, it was really, really intense. So the next game is on Friday. They have a couple of days off, and then they're back at it, and they're going to be in the Intuit Dome, which is a very difficult place to play. Steve Ballmer intentionally made that place difficult to play in, where you have a wall on one side of the free throws to make it very difficult for the opposing team to shoot the bucket. And as you already saw or have heard from me talking to you about this game, the Nuggets struggled already in their own home with free throws. Now you have a wall specifically built to throw free throws off. Like, this is going to be a dogfight for sure. And the Nuggets just have to be better at free throws, better at defense, and clean up those turnovers if they expect to pull away with even one win on the road. Because then if you don't, then you come back to Denver already down 3. And if you come back in that 5th game 3-1, you're risking elimination. So the Nuggets have to win one on the road now. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. They already took away the home game win tonight, which if we had won tonight and if the Clippers would win the 2 on the road, and then we came back to win at home, and then we go back to LA and the Clippers would win there, then we could come back and still win at home. We can't do that anymore. So we have to rely now on winning on the road. So The Nuggets have been a slightly better road team this year, so hopefully that won't bother them. But if I remember correctly, this past season, the one game that we had in LA, we lost. So it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun at all. But at least with the Avs, switching over to hockey, the Avs are going to be playing in Denver now. And so that actually bodes better for them. And they've already taken away home ice advantage for the Stars. So hopefully the Avs can pull away with 2 wins. And the Nuggets hopefully can win a road game. Same as the Knicks now, because the Knicks are going over to Detroit. So lots going on. And man, also just really wanted to quickly, I'm sure you've already seen all of this stuff about yesterday's games, but man, OKC is really, they came out guns a-blazing, and they did exactly what I kind of thought they were going to do with the Grizzlies. This is why I was not wanting the Grizzlies to move forward in the playoffs, because there was no chance. They have no chance of beating OKC. If they win, it will be a miracle. They lost yesterday by 51 points. That is embarrassing to lose that much in the playoffs. Like, this already is showing that the OKC is going to have an easy way or easy path to the finals if this is how everything is trending. So, because then if they do make it to round 2, which everything is showing signs that they will, then they're going to be facing the beaten up team that came out of round 1 from the Nuggets versus Clippers. Like, both of these teams are going to be so beaten up that when they go into round 2, to then have to face OKC after you just got beaten up, like, it's going to be a massacre there too. And the OKC will most likely now head over to the West Conference Finals. But we are not going to fall into that trap, and we have to believe that the Nuggets will pull away and they will learn from this, right? And buckle down and just play better, just play better. That's all. But that's pretty much all I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. Share it out to your friends and family. And you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about sports with good vibes. We'll catch you later.